All the girls on the block knocking at my door. Wanna know what it is, make the boys want more. Is your lover playing on your side? Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today's video is going to be this glamorous, edgy skeleton right here. I'll show you the picture real quick of the inspiration of where I found this look right here. I loved it so much, so I thought I would create it kind of on my own with my own little twist. So if you want to learn how to do this glamorous, edgy skeleton look, then keep on watching. Alright, to start things off, I'm going to prime my skin with the YSL Radiant Skin Primer, and then I'm going to conceal my eyelids with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Light, and I'm going to buff that out with the Bdellium Tools 953 Kabuki brush. Taking this Morphe 40 eyeshadow pan, I'm just setting that concealer so my eyeshadow doesn't crease. Now taking my Bdellium Tools 785 blending brush and this Makeup Geek shadow called Chickadee, I'm going to be blending that into my crease just to warm things up a little bit. I'm just using windshield wiper motions back and forth just to get this in the crease because this is our transition shade. We'll be putting darker colors on top of this, so I'm just trying to blow this out, make it blend as seamlessly as I can so that way the other colors can go on top of it and blend into it just as easy. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills blending brush and this reddish plum color by Makeup Geek, and it is called Bitten. I'll be taking that on my brush and blending that into my crease. I'm kind of being a little bit messy with it. Other than a regular smoky eye, I want this to look a little bit more harsh, and as I do want it to be blended, I want it to be very strong and very bold, and so I'm just taking windshield wiper motions again back and forth and then kind of flicking it out on the edge, and we're going to build up the smoky eye, and then once we build it up to where we want it to be, we can go further from there. Magic. Taking the other end of that Anastasia brush, I'm taking that black color by Makeup Geek called Corrupt, and I'm going to be placing that into my crease a little bit more precisely. I'm not cutting my crease, so it's not going to be like a super defined cut crease look, but what I'm doing is I really want to make my crease stand out, and so I'm adding that black in there and then taking the fluffy side of my brush and then blending it out and trying to blow it out as much as I possibly can. So taking a little bit of that Corrupt color, putting it on an angled brush, I'm going to build up that smoky eye even more. The trick with smoky eyes is you want to start small and then gradually get bigger and bigger. So that's why we started with the transition shade, we started with a darker color, and now we're going in with black, because this way it will be a lot more seamless, a lot more blended, and it will all go together in the end. I am taking that black color all the way to my inner corner though, because like I said before, I'm going for a harsher look. I'm not going for super glamorous. I want kind of an edgy vibe to this look as well. Next, I'm taking this Stila All Day Primer and this foiled shadow called Black Gold with my Rose Synthetic Flat brush, and I mix the primer with the foiled shadow because that's what makes it look a little bit more metallic, and I'm just placing that all over my lid to get the shiny metal effect. Then taking my blending brush, I'm just going to blend out that crease even more just so there aren't any harsh lines. Next, I'm taking my Sephora eyeliner pen in the shade Black, and I love this eyeliner a lot because it's super precise, and I'm going to create a very thick wing liner. So as you can see, I'm just mapping out how far I want it to go out and then bringing it back down over my lid, and then I'll fill everything in with the eyeliner and then just keep doing that until it's super black, because it was kind of hard to do this over the metalled eyeshadow because it would kind of pop through. So if you have to go back and forth over it, it will just help make it a little bit more black and a little bit more precise. So this next part I do off camera. I'm just coating my lashes with mascara, and then I put on a pair of falsies just to make the look a little bit more dramatic. So I'm taking my angled brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills and my dip brow in the shade Ebony, that's also made by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just going to start mapping out my brows. For this look, I want something a little bit more dramatic and bold, so I'm definitely painting it on a little bit thicker than usual and creating something a little bit more strong and fierce, so that way it really stands out when all the makeup is on my face. And I just wanted to apologize in advance. I have never filmed in my new apartment yet, and so I'm not really used to the setup, and it was kind of weird for me, and I didn't really have a cute background, but in the next tutorial, I promise I'm going to have something a lot better to look at than the boring background that you're seeing right now. Next, I'm taking this clear brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just going to slick those babies down because they can get pretty crazy. Next, I'm taking my Loreal Pro Glow foundation in the shade Natural Buff, and then taking this Morphe Buffer brush in their special deluxe blinged out set, and I'm just going to apply that all over to my face, just giving me some nice color, because with a look like this, you gotta have some foundation to go with it. I got the recipe, it's cold, and it's cold. So next, I'm just highlighting my face like I normally would. I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Concealer in the shade Medium Light. I'm just going to highlight underneath my eyes to prevent any creasing, and then my forehead and my nose. Just because I'm not using white paint like I would with a regular skeleton, I want my under eyes to look bright and to go with the rest of the makeup. Next, I'm taking this number 7 translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to brush that in the areas where I put the concealer, just so I don't crease. Now taking an angled brush and a gel eyeliner. This is, I believe, Bobbi Brown in just the black. I'm going to be mapping out the hollows of the nose and just the forehead area and where the skeleton would be hollow. I do jump around a lot in this area of this video, so just kind of bear with me. I had an idea of what I wanted this to look like, but since I didn't practice it before, it was kind of hard to go right along with it, and so I was jumping around in areas and kind of let the creativity coming to mind as I was filming. But as you can see, I'm just filling in my nose area with all that black gel liner. I like using gel liner instead of black paint because it's a thicker consistency, and so if I just set it with black powder, it can stay pretty much all day without creasing like paint does on me, because my T-zone does get oily. But anyway, so if you do deal with oily skin, maybe try a gel liner and setting it with extremely black powder, and that could probably help prevent from any creasing on your skin. So right here, I'm just starting to create the hollows of my forehead. Like I said before, I do jump around a lot in this video, so I'll just map out the general shape first, and then I'll go back in and fill everything in shade when I need to. But right now, just to help me visually see what the freak is going on, it's a little bit easier for me to kind of just slap it on first and then go back to it later. Come and get it, while you still got time. So next, I'm just mapping out the jaw area. As you can see on the other side, I kind of mapped it out already with an eyeliner, and I'm just trying to copy it as best as I can on the other side. And then I'll go back in with a fluffy brush and just start shadowing and blending and all of it so it looks more realistic. But for now, if you just start out with a pencil brush or just a little bit of gel liner and map it out first, it's a little bit easier to visually see it. Alright, so now we're going to draw the teeth. I'm just taking 2 lines right in the center of like those C looking things, and then I'm taking a liner and just mapping out the lines of my teeth, because that's the best way I can see how teeth work. And then from there, I just kind of shade in of where I think a tooth is going to look real. I think the best way to kind of mimic a skeleton is if you look at one and you look at the teeth. That way you can kind of see how they work. But It was kind of pointless after doing this because I went over it with this gold foiled shadow and I just covered up all those lines anyway. So maybe just do the basic lines and then go back over it with the gel liner so you're not doing extra work. And sorry if you keep hearing my phone go off in the background. My freaking phone is linked to my computer and I'm currently in a group message with Sophia and Isabella, so they keep messing up my voiceovers. Just kidding, I love you guys. Then right here, I'm just blending any harsh lines. Alright, so going back with the foiled shadow, I'm just going to mix a little bit of that in my little pan. And then I'm just going over my teeth with this look. Obviously, this is not like a real skeleton look. I just wanted to have fun with some different colors besides black and white. And so I thought the foiled shadow would bring a cool effect to the makeup look. Wanna know what it is, make the boys want more. Is your lover playing on your side? Said he loves you, but he ain't got time. Here's the answer. Come and get it, and a knockdown prize. With this foiled shadow, because it is wet, it does tend to crease, so I did have to go over it a couple times so that way you didn't see a lot of my flesh. But just go over it a couple times and then it will get thicker and thicker gradually. Alright, so I moved back up to the forehead area. Now we are blending and adding a little bit more structure to this look. As you can see, I'm drawing an upside down V right above my eyebrow just to bring this look a little bit more depth. And then I flip to the other side and I just start shadowing back and forth, just making it a little bit more dimensional and a little bit more sunken in. So for this next part, I wanted the bridge of my eyebrow bone in the inner corner to be a little bit more defined, and I wanted to give myself a harsher brow. So I took some black shadow and just really blended it up into that inner socket, and then just like blew it out as I was blending, and then took a little bit more brow product and kind of scratched my brows a little bit to make them look a little angrier. Alright, now for the funnest part in my opinion. This is Heavy Metal Eyeliner Glitter by Urban Decay in the shade, oh, I forgot, but I will link it down below. As you can see, I'm just starting in random tooth areas and just placing a little bit of glitter on there. But as I kept going with this, I was like, oh, I think I'll add a little here and then a little here, and then pretty soon the glitter was seriously all over my face. But as you can see, I'm just adding more and more, and it has this really cool like undertone green effect. I put a little bit underneath the wing liner of my, I put it underneath my liner of my wing liner just to define it a little bit more because I thought it looked cool. And then throughout the rest of this video, you'll see I'm just putting it in random areas because who doesn't like glitter all over their face? Wanna know what it is, make the boys want more. Now you've been to me. All the girls on the block knocking at my door. And then right here, I am just heavily packing on that glitter in the inner corner of my eye. Like I said before, I got freaking obsessed with putting glitter everywhere. I mean, I was putting it on my lids. It was going everywhere. And then later on off camera, I put dark black liner on my lower lash line, and then I packed the sorry, I'm tongue-tied. I packed the green glitter all over the black so that way it really, really popped, and that it just kind of took this look to another level that I really ended up liking. So basically, moral of the story is add a ton of glitter and I'm pretty sure you'll be happy with it. Alright guys, to finish off this look, I used Blue Ice and Lucky Clover from the Moonchild palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills to highlight. And that was the last step, and we are all done. Alright guys, so that is it at the end of this tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you recreate this look, please tag us, Pucker Up Style, on Instagram, Facebook, or Pinterest, or anything like that. I linked all the products down below in the description box in case you're curious of the products I use. And be sure to keep on watching for our next Halloween tutorials to come.